Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Heike, this is Lola, and she is on today. She's on. And you're watching Stone Cold Coffee Crafts. Today is Wednesday, June 17th, and yes, I finally have a crafty chat for you. I'm so sorry for skipping out on you yesterday. I guess Monday is pretty obvious why it didn't happen. I released the new artist release and giveaway for Diamond Shop. They decided to release the Jeremiah Morelli painting line on the 15th after they had to postpone it because other things were a bit more important at that moment in time. So I think it didn't surprise anyone that there wasn't a crafty chat on top of that on Monday. But yesterday, I'm very sorry for that. Yeah, I put an explanation in the Stitchy unboxing I uploaded instead, but in case you haven't watched that, I've been dealing with insomnia pretty much my whole adult life, and I had a case of it on Sunday night, so Sunday to Monday, no sleep for the wicked, and I just can't do it anymore. In my youth it wasn't a problem. Now that I'm slowly but surely approaching 40, I can't do it anymore, so I'm pretty much beat for a couple of days. At least I didn't get a migraine. Most of the times I also get a migraine. And Cat, I know that there's yarn, but you are not eating it. So at least I didn't get that one this time, but I just couldn't film. So I'm very sorry for yesterday, but I hope you did watch and enjoy the Stitchy unboxing instead. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I think now my audience is pretty split on the topics I'm talking about as far as the feedback goes, at least. So long story long, welcome back. Today we have a crafty chat. We have a cat that is so on fire, it's not even funny anymore. Cat, paw on the table, please. Yeah. I have a feeling we're going to have an accident before this video is over. Anyway, this is my crafty chat, the video that I try to do as daily as possible. It's never going to be fully daily, but I try to do at least, I see that sneaky paw. I try to do at least 3 of them each week. And this is the video where I give you a quick update on my 3 main crafts, which are diamond painting, stitching and knitting, exactly in that order as well. So we are going to start with the diamond painting, and we have a finish. We actually had a finish on Saturday, believe it or not. I usually get something I call finishing frenzy when I have a project at a certain point, and I can actually see the finishing line. My brain just switches, flips the switch and just wants to finish. So everything took a bit of a break, and I worked exclusively on my diamond painting for 2 days. And the final result was that the cat is thinking she's going to kill my computer before this is over. And we are talking Mac, that thing is heavy. What was I saying? Worked on it a lot, finished it. So I can't remember where I was with my sentence. I'm sorry. So let's give you a complete view of this thing. This is Hello Beastie from Diamond Art Club. It is a 47 by 63 centimeter painting with round drills. It has 42 colors, and one of those colors, the bright juicy green here, is an AB. I don't think that my camera has any intention of showing it to you, but you just have to trust me. One of the lighter greens, this one here, is an AB. So this is one of the paintings that didn't have too much AB. So we basically have 2 cases with these paintings. Most of them don't have too much AB because AB is Aurora Borealis. It's these special drills with the iridescent coating, and it gives the painting a bit of an extra oomph. For example, if I look at it and I look at this section here, there are a few drills that shine a lot brighter, and that are the AB drills. I know you can't see it, that's just the camera, I'm sorry. I have yet to find a way to show AB good on camera. I'm probably never going to find it. Yeah, I know that you are on, thank you, ma'am. And we have basically two cases of paintings, those with a lot of AB and those with just a little. And this is one of the paintings with just a little. There's a lot going on. I think if you would put more AB into this, at least in this size painting, it would not help the painting at all. So I'm happy with the amount of AB. I like the little winks and twinkles I can see all over this canvas. Yeah, I know. You are the center of my attention, just not right now. And to be honest, I'm also quite happy with how this painting turned out. So I agree with Diamond Art Club that this painting is a bit too small for the amount of details that are in here, but I think it's still coming out quite okay for that. I'm not mad. As I mentioned before, there's one thing I am probably going to change, and that's her face, because I don't like the colors they used for her face here. It's the same colors as her hair, and I think I'm going to change it to match Maleficent's face, to give it a bit more skin color. You are not sneaky, not at all. Yeah. So let's show you the rest of the painting, and I can't actually see what I'm showing you because the cat is all in front of my screen. I'm sorry, this is turning into a disaster already. I don't know what's up with her. Yesterday she slept all day, as you have seen in the intro video clip, so I guess she has to make up for that. I don't know. So what I still need to do, I wanted to have this done before I filmed for the day, but I obviously didn't manage that. I wanted to contact Diamond Art Club and check with them if they are still planning to re-release this painting in a bigger size. Also, if they are going to release it in round or square. I think that might be an information you would like as well. Me personally, I would always go round, but I know there are a lot of square painting lovers out there, actually more than round. So that's what I wanted to check with them, but sorry, I forgot. I will try to remember to do it today, and if I get an answer before tomorrow's video, I will include it in tomorrow's video. If not, you will hear about it as soon as I know on the next Crafty Chat. So that's the diamond painting progress since we last chatted last Thursday. Jeez, it's nearly been a week. Cat. Or was it a week? I don't remember. I'm going to put her down now. This is going on my nerves. My knitting is up there and she's trying to kill it seriously. So what are we going to do for the rest of the month? Because this painting was actually the only one I planned to do in June. So for the rest of the month, I'm going to work on the Jeremiah Morelli painting that I got for the diamond painting collaboration release from Diamond Shop. And as you might have seen if you have seen this video, there is a giveaway going on, and this giveaway is going to run until the end of the month, and I'm going to try and finish the painting for the end of the giveaway. I'm also going to try and film a whip and chat. I'm not very good at those. I don't know why. I'm just horrible at whip and chats. I've always been. You can probably guess from the amount of whip and chats that are on my channel, which is kind of curious because I started my channel with a whip and chat. But yeah, I'm not too good at those. But still, I'm going to try and record one using that beautiful painting, and let's see if we can do it. I mean, we have still 13 days left in the month, so challenge accepted, I guess. Okay, so that's as far as plans for diamond painting go. And now we move on to what did I do stitch-wise. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know the latest and greatest on this one. This is Beautiful Thing by Lindy Stitches. I started this as my last start in May for Stitch Mania, and I told you many times now that this is my focus piece for the month of June. I want to finish it this month, and I think things are looking good. Still 13 days left, so that's a lot of time. I have over the weekend finished the fence and this giant planter. This planter is so big and it's all one color. Took me ages. Quite honestly, the fence took me longer, and I don't know why, because it actually stitched up pretty fast once I really put my mind to it. I think my mind was just everywhere but not in my stitching for a couple of days. So I finished that, and I am going to put this back on the frame this afternoon, and it's going to stay there until it is done, or the end of the month, whatever comes first. I hope being done comes first, quite honestly. So I love the look of this. It's really beautiful, and so far we have only done what I would call, Cat, I see that you have your paw wrapped around my yarn. Not sneaky. She stepped in my yarn, wrapped it around her paw somehow. I don't know how she managed that with just one step, and then she jumped over. My window is there. She jumped over on the windowsill, and it would have crashed everything down if I hadn't seen it and grabbed the ball of yarn. Yeah, I know, you are super special. And a menace. Okay, so I have so far completed what I would call the boring parts. I'm not a huge fan of browns. I'm not a huge fan of stitching words. So this is basically why I started the way I did. I mean, the words were also the middle of the whole piece, and I'm a middle starter, so I would have done it anyway. But I could have worked my way over here and done the interesting part first. But I know myself, even though I am not really a process stitcher, I want to see the finished result bad enough that I will finish probably nearly anything. I'm not thinking about the Harry Potter right now. I'm sorry, she's pushing me out of frame. Oh god. I'm usually someone who does the things she doesn't like all that much about a piece first. So that would have been the words and the boring colors, and now we have mostly the fun colors left. There are still a couple of browns and stuff, but we are going to stitch the little bird very soon. We are going to stitch the flowers, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope that I am able to complete this month. I think I will be, but we will see. We will see. I also would like to ramp up the knitting a little bit. So that was the first thing I stitched on since we last chatted, and then of course we had the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Monday was the 15th, so the third pattern, was it the third? Yeah, the third pattern dropped, which was the little bunny. I see what you're doing. The little bunny, the little dragon, and the little snake. So far this has been the smallest drop as far as stitches goes. The first one was the center knot and the 3 animals, and the second one was the whole corner and flowers and bits and pieces. So this was the smallest one, and it took me the least amount of time. I stitched the little bunny on Monday. That was all the crafting, and I think 3 rows of knitting or something like that. All the crafting I got in after I slept most of the afternoon away, and still was dead tired after that. But I did the dragon and the snake yesterday, and I was super slow doing them. I was so distracted by everything yesterday, it wasn't even funny anymore. There's one thing I have to think about before I move forward with the next installment next month, which I am fully expecting to be the second corner and flower bits and pieces. Cat, I see what you are doing. Because there will be more gold in there. I did a bit of a boo-boo when I stitched the gold up there. I used 2 threads. Now she's trying to eat my frame. Nope, nope, nope. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I did a bit of a boo-boo when I stitched the gold because I didn't read the instructions carefully, and I used 2 strands for the stitches, and I noticed it when I stitched this installment. The tail of the little dragon has a bit of gold, and I stitched that now with just 1 thread. Cat, I'm going to disown you. Ugh! That was my computer again, thank you. So I'm not entirely sure yet if I will change what I've stitched with 2 threads to 1, or if I will change the dragon to 2 threads and keep stitching with 2. I don't know. What do you think? I'm going to give you a bit of a close-up. So this is the gold with 2 strands, and this is the gold with 1. So the axes are much more defined, but I think that the gold actually pops more this way. Or is it just me? So this is Rainbow Gallery gold thread. It's much softer than Krynic, and I think much softer than DMC Metallics. Stitching with 2 threads is not that much of an issue. That's why I'm not completely opposed to it, and why I probably didn't notice before that I was using too much thread. I'm not entirely sure. So let me know what you think. But this is now going back into the WIP pile until July 15th. And that's all I did stitch-wise. I think plans are obvious. I am planning to resume work on Beautiful Things. And if I complete this one sooner than I am currently thinking, I will have to come up with something else, but I have enough WIPs to occupy my time. So, next is knitting. Let's see if I can somehow... Oh, she messed it all up. The ball of yarn is all the way over there now. So, I did knit a little bit on this, not too much. It did go on timeout after... Yeah, I see you. It did go on timeout after I discovered that I had made the huge mistake on it and had to knit back and all because I was pretty fed up with it. But I hope you can see where my stitch marker is. That's where I picked up again. And I completed 1.5 hard panels since you last saw that. So we now have 5 completed hard panels. That's the amount of yarn I have left from the first ball. My scale told me it's slightly under 40 grams, so more than I would have thought, quite honestly. And yeah, I still would like to do some more work on this and probably also increase the pace a little bit, because so far this is the project I reach for the least. Unintentionally, it's just that I do other things first. This part looks a bit off. Well, anyway, not going to worry about that now. Probably made another mistake. No. So anyway, we are, I think, 50 something rows in with this now. But we need to get up to nearly 300. And then we have to check if this is actually as long as it's supposed to be. But it's looking quite good. I'm really proud of this. Of course, there's tons of mistakes in there, but that's why I'm doing this project, to try and gain some more skills I will need for more complicated future things. And yes, you're so cute. I don't believe you. She's all but mom. So, I have received another ball of this yarn from Rachel. Day before yesterday, I think. Yeah, I think it was Monday. So now I should have enough yarn, but also Knit Crate surprised me yesterday. They added the yarn for the next double down, which is their active member special price period at the end of the month where you can order more yarn for a very discounted price. And I saw that this is now back in the shop. I have no idea why. There were actually two yarns that were out last month and are back now. This one and the blue purple speckled one from the fabric rate. Not sure what this is about, but okay. I'm probably going to order another skein of green so I can give Rachel her green back. We will see. Double Down won't open for another few days, so we still have time for that. Also, they released the preview for the July. Is it July? Yeah, July yarn, and it's looking really good. I love the colors. It's a DK weight, so I have to look up patterns for DK weight yarn, because so far I have not liked the patterns they provided. Frankly, so far it's mostly been hats and mittens and stuff, and I wear neither of those, so maybe now that we are moving into summer, the patterns are going to be a little more interesting. I don't know. So, which yarn and which pattern have I picked out? I have picked out two things you already know. So, one, I have hedgerow yarns. This is the second to last yarn from this shop I have and haven't shown you yet. I have a pattern for the last yarn, but I am not going to show that quite yet. I want to get some other thing in first and talk about that first. I hope that's going to happen this week. It is on the way, has been for a few days, and it comes from the UK, so fingers crossed. But this is the one-of-a-kind sock yarn that I purchased on a whim. You are not sneaky. You are not sneaky at all. It doesn't have a color name because it's a one-of-a-kind. It is a basic sock yarn, so it's 75% merino, it is 25% nylon, and it is 425 meters per 100 gram. That's like, I don't know, 460 yards? Not entirely sure. And I decided to try the cowl thing again with that. So I have picked out a pattern by a designer I have shown you before. It is the, I'm sorry, the Quillful Cowl by Erin Kurup, or Karup. And I have shown you, I think, one of her patterns before. She has a lot of patterns I want to do, so you are probably going to see more of her. Yeah, I showed you one for this purple yarn I had from the Yarninchen shop here in Germany. Yep, that was the one. So that's the one I plan to do. According to her pattern description, I have not purchased it yet. It is a pattern for exactly one skein of fingering weight yarn. Yeah, and it is hopefully going to ignite my love for cowls, because after doing my flying by the seat of the pants cowl, as you might remember, I was not too fond of the whole cowl thing. Thank you, cat. She is so on today. No, that's my knitting. Mine. You have a ton of cat toys you can play with. You don't need my knitting. I'll probably have to knit something for her just so she can play with that. Yeah, so that's the plan. And last but not least, I promised on my Instagram that I had a new little assistant. And yes, this is totally silly, but I just have to introduce you to Mr. Hank Darcy, my little skein of poop yarn. So I received a couple of sock clubs last week, and one of them was just plain ugly. There's just no nice way to put it. I don't know what she was thinking. I'm fully thinking it was an accident, what she did there. So the yarn was supposed to be inspired by Mr. Darcy from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. And it turned out to be this not super pretty skein of cream green and swampy brown colored yarn. And as usual, you get in a sock club, you will get some kind of contrast yarn, a 20 gram skein of contrast yarn, in case you want to do the heel and the toe in a different color. And for this thing, it was this year. And my first association when I saw that was, it looks like poop. And for whatever reason, that brought us to Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poop. And yeah, from there it just mutated. So I remembered these tiny little hats I had from Knit Crate. I know it's not a Christmas hat, but it works. I remembered the googly eyes, and I decided, okay, this thing is perfect now. It's going to live here. So meet Hank Darcy. Yes, sometimes I'm silly. I need this in my life from time to time. How about you play with Hank? Is Hank dumb? Hank is dumb. She doesn't want to play with Hank. Can I? There. She does not want to play with Hank. Hank is stupid. And she's not subtle. Not at all. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, do you like Hank after all? A wonderful day, a wonderful week. No, don't bite the eyes off, please. No, they can hurt you. Don't do that. And I hope I will be back tomorrow. It's a plan, but who knows what will happen. Yeah, you're so cute. Give it to the people. Bye-bye, guys.